Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Kelly Kazakia.
Yesterday's snowstorm has taken away any sign of spring. The temperature will warm up in the next 2 days, but it'll go back to being cold again. Here's your 5-day weather forecast. There's nothing but sun today, but that doesn't mean it's not cold. There's a high of -15 and a low of -9. We'll see clouds and rain tomorrow, and there will be a high of 4 degrees and a low of -9. On Saturday, we'll have more snow at 1 degree and a low of -7. The sun will come out on Sunday, but it'll still really be cold with a high of -7 and a low of -12. The cold and sun will continue on Monday with periods of clouds and a high of -6 and a low of -11. Today's cold will carry on throughout the night, so stay warm and drive safely. That's it for your 5-day weather forecast. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Kelly. Turning now to international news, 7 are confirmed dead after a New York building collapse. A gas explosion in Manhattan has rescuers working in gusty winds and billowing smoke. They pulled 4 more bodies from the rubble this morning. Crews searched the area using generator-powered floodlights and thermal cameras to identify heat signatures. The explosion happened Wednesday morning in the East Harlem district, injuring more than 60 people.
Today is the 6th day of the search for missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. Officials dismissed reports today that the jet's engines continued sending data for hours after the last contact. The Wall Street Journal quoted U.S. investigators saying they suspect the aircraft remained in the air for about 4 hours after communication was lost. The Malaysian defense minister said the government spoke with Boeing and Rolls-Royce, who made the engines. Both companies said the reports are incorrect. The last engine data was received at 1:07 a.m. Saturday, just before the plane lost contact over the South Asian Sea. There is still no sign of the plane.
A New Delhi court has upheld the death sentence imposed on 4 men convicted of the gang rape and murder of a young woman in 2012. The Delhi High Court dismissed the men's appeals. All are serving death sentences for the rape and murder of a 23-year-old medical student on a moving bus. She was repeatedly raped and suffered severe injuries, leading to her death. The attack spurred international outrage and led the federal government to rush through legislation increasing prison terms for rapists.
And here in Canada, Ottawa has imposed a lifelong gag order on government workers with sensitive security information. The changes were enacted Wednesday and published in the Canada Gazette. They revealed that bureaucrats and lawyers from 12 government divisions, 5 of which have been disbanded, are now permanently bound to secrecy. Those employees could face 14 years of prison for disclosing top-secret information. Critics say the gag order is designed to discourage whistleblowing and halt the public debate on spying. But the government says secrecy is necessary to maintain Canada's operationally sensitive information.
Pope Francis marks the anniversary of his first year as Pope today. The 77-year-old has spent his first year living a modest life, choosing to live in a 3-bedroom apartment rather than the papal palace. His humble image has helped increase church attendance around the world, and his Twitter account has 12 million followers. Pope Francis has decided not to celebrate the anniversary in public, instead spending it at a spiritual retreat outside of Rome.
And now with your sports news, Hugh Smith joins us in studio. Hugh, what's new in the sports world today?
Well, Jake, there's a lot of controversy coming out of Sochi over Paralympic skiing. Kimberly Joins has won a medal, just not the color she was originally given. The stilt skier was originally awarded the silver in slalom on Wednesday. This was after Germany's Anna Schaffelhuber was disqualified for not having her outriggers in a stable position to start the race. She appealed the decision, and it was overturned today, giving her the gold medal. Her German teammate, Lena Forster, was knocked to second, and Joins was pushed to third. In other Sochi news, Canada's sledge hockey team is facing a familiar foe today as they take on Team USA in the semifinals. USA won gold in Vancouver, while Canada didn't medal in the event. The game started at noon. There's currently through 2 periods of play, and the score is 3-0 Team USA. The winner of the match will face Russia in the gold medal game. Turning now to the hardwood, the Toronto Raptors are riding high after a big win over the Detroit Pistons last night. The Raps took control early, outscoring their opponents by 8 in the first quarter alone. DeMar DeRozan led the way, scoring a game-high 25 points. Kyle Lowry chipped in 19 points as the Raps cruised to the win 101-87. The Raptors are next in action on Friday when they take on the Memphis Grizzlies. And on the baseball diamond, the Toronto Blues came up short yesterday to the Tampa Bay Rays in Grapefruit League action. Edwin Encarnacion hit a 2-run homer off reliever Josh Luecki, but it wasn't enough as the Jays fell 5-4. Colby Rasmus, Adam Lind, and Brett Laurie each doubled for the Jays. They're back in action today, facing the Houston Astros at 1. The Leafs will be looking for a better result tonight as they take on the LA Kings. The Buds were lit up Tuesday, falling 6-2 to the San Jose Sharks. Jake Gardner got both Leaf goals, and James Reimer faced 48 shots in the loss. The Kings, meanwhile, are scorching hot, having won 8 in a row heading into tonight's contest. The puck drop is at 10:30. And there's one other Canadian team in action tonight. The Edmonton Oilers will be facing the St. Louis Blues in Missouri. The Oilers will be looking to build momentum off their shootout win over the Minnesota Wild on Tuesday. St. Louis, meanwhile, will be looking to rebound after an overtime loss to Dallas. Puck drop is at 8. And that's it for your sports news. Darren?
Thanks, Hugh. Hopefully those Leafs can rebound tonight in LA. And here is some unbelievable news. A Michigan man has traded Facebook likes for jail time. 21-year-old Jules Baylor robbed a bank in Michigan, threatening the employees with a gun and walking away with $7,000. Then he went home and posted a picture of himself holding the gun used in the robbery on Facebook. The caption read, "Bought my first house and chopper today. Life's great." The FBI used the photo to track Baylor down, and he confessed to the robbery.
That's all for Humber News for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jay Cordopat.
And I'm Darren O'Malley. Humber News is written and produced by journalism students at the North Campus. You can also catch us online on YouTube. We'll see you next time.